Willow, and today we are back in Willow Creek because we are renovating this whole world. And yes, we are only using base game, which is really making me pull out my hair every time I start another house. Anywho, we are done with most of the neighborhoods, and we only have two left, I think, which is Pendulum View, this one, and Sage Estates, where we have all the big houses located. And these are the most difficult ones because they are insanely massive, and the build itself, it's crazy. But we are starting off with Umbrage Manor. Actually, I started with the God House last Halloween, but I bulldozed it. I also started with other builds, but I bulldozed them as well. So yeah, I had to bulldoze a lot. This is actually my second attempt for this manor, so I'm still not satisfied with it, but I would say this is better than the first one, and I think yeah, if I'm going to bulldoze it again, I won't be able to finish it. So yeah, that is also why it took me a while to upload and missed last week's video. I already have one for my stop motion build and create a sim, but I don't have one for speed build. I know I said this before, but at least with the previous renovation, the houses weren't that big. But this neighborhood, like I said, is where the big houses are, and I mean this is where the gods live. So you have their villa, like this manor. So again, they're massive builds. The problem with these builds is, yeah, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it like all throughout this video, but they are massive, and they didn't. What they don't have a lot of things to put in them because it's space game. There's not that much stuff you can clutter them with, and I like clutter. I really like clutter. And maybe it's a me issue, but that is why we are renovating them. We want it to look better, and having a lot of empty space is not going to make it look better. And I am already dreading that modern house in Siege Estates. I actually tried the one next to it, the Oakenstead, but you guessed it, I bulldozed it because again, I'm just really not satisfied with how it turned out. So I went back to Pendulum View, and now we are here in Umbrage Manor. I was going to make it pink because Umbrage Manor, Umbrage, that creepy little evil witch from Harry Potter. But I remember we already have a pink one, which is actually right next to this lot. That's my pink big Victorian. So I built it. I already finished it with a stop motion build. Because it's an empty lot, so you don't really have to renovate anything. But I really wanted to have a fun color and make the goth house stand out, So like all the houses around the goth house are colorful. I wanted to be colorful, so I went for yellow. I was saving this for Park Shore because this is a colonial style home, and Park Shore looks more Victorian, and I like the idea of a yellow Victorian house because it reminds me of Diana Mead's house from The Secret Circle, the book series, not the short-lived TV adaptation, which I'm still angry about. Yes, it's been years and I'm still angry about that. But I digress. But I think it's also the reason why I didn't bulldoze it. It I made it yellow, and it gave me an idea to have fun colors. And I don't really do yellow. Like I'm scared of color, as you may have seen in like my previous builds. I like muted ones, but yeah, I think it's time to have fun with the colors, so I decided to keep it. Now, for these bigger houses, I decided to stick with the floor plans. So, with the early renovation, I also knocked down the walls and just leave the shell of the house. But here, I tried not to like touch the walls as much as possible. I mean, I still move some rooms around, make some bigger and the others smaller, um, just to, to make it look better. Otherwise, it's either you'll have a massive room with lots of empty space or a small cramped room with just a bed and a dresser, which we'll never have um, in this mansion. So, yeah, which is why actually this is what happened here. But in this case, it was the kitchen and the dining room. So for this house, the dining room is so big you can fit a six-seater and another four-seater like dining table. But the kitchen, it's like a teeny tiny gal kitchen with a like a breakfast nook, and that's it. I mean, come on, you will never have that small kitchen in this massive house. And yeah, so I made it bigger, of course, taking a portion of the dining room. It's still a galley kitchen, but we have more counter space. I was actually going to have just like one wall full of counters and cupboards and an island. I think that's what I did the first time. But it's not enough because we have about, I think it's just about five counter space, and of course you'll have to put in the sink and the the stove. So yeah, I opted to keep the galley kitchen layout and just added a table in the middle because otherwise it'll look weird with a big empty space. So it's a makeshift kitchen block. We also have the space in the corner, and I know I'm making it a breakfast nook, just like the original build. So having an island with stools would make it weird. It's not going to make sense with you'll have too many sitting area. And for the dining room, we just have a six-seater, and I added in a couch and like a makeshift bar area. I was going to add a bar, but I'm holding off um, using them because for other houses, we are going to need them. Like, I already tried renovating them, and yeah, I know we'll need the bar there because their dining room is so big, like it's bigger than this one. So we'll have a lot of space for that. And speaking of big, we have a massive living room, which I didn't know what to do at first. I was thinking an office nook would be a good one because we don't have an office space here, which I did on purpose. My first attempt, I added one, but the shape of this house didn't really work out for me with adding, an office or like a library. But then um, I thought it would be odd to have like an office nook in the living room. I know it's the Sims, it doesn't matter, but you also have to remember we still have space in the bedrooms because they are massive. So I would rather have a little office there instead of having it in the living room. So I just opted to add some skill building stuff, and so we have a piano which fits right in the corner and a chess table. As for the bedrooms, we have a total of three. So we have the primary and a couple of kids' room. For I made it for like a teenage girl and a boy. I know it's quite generic, but that was just an idea here because again I already attempted to build the other houses, and the bedrooms there will have a different vibe. So we have like different styles that you can go on. So this one is more on the classic side, and the girls' room has like pinks and greens, and the boy has blue and orange. We also have a total of three bathrooms. I mean, you have the space, so why not? We have one downstairs. At first, it was just going to be like a half bath, but we have a space, so I added a shower in, and then upstairs we have an ensuite for the primary bedroom, and then the last one is between the kids' rooms. Now, for the exterior, we have a lot of open space. I forgot that the original build has a fence around the front, but I added a small pond because I didn't know what to do with that much space. And so I ended up liking the idea of not fencing it in so you can see the pond across the street or from the street. And then on the other side, I just added a walk path leading to the back because we don't have an access to it inside. I mean, we have a back porch, but I didn't like how it looked with the stairs, so I just closed it in and added a walk path on the side of the house. Um, and then we also have, yeah, like on the back um, yard, we have the grill area and a small dining area. We also have a picnic table under the tree, just because, again, space. And we have a kid here, so I added a monkey bar and that big ship, like, play area thingy. So I kind of just added it um for anyone to play with as well. They also have planters, like, um on the lot next to it, so I added some um across it so that it's like an extension of that lot. And yeah, I think it's a quick voiceover. I think that's it for me. I may have forgotten some things that I want to say whilst I was renovating this house, but I have to go to a concert, so I have to get ready. I'm not a big concert fan, but my 8-year-old self is excited because it's M2M. This ticket last October. I think so yeah, I waited for almost half a year for this one. Well, 20 years, really. If you didn't know, they are a couple of Norwegian singers. They're really big back in the 2000s. They're both teenage girls when they started, and now we're all adults. So they we are taking a trip down memory lane, and they are bringing in the nostalgia. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I know you're here for the build, so I will shut up now. You can skip the speed build and just check out the tour or the screenshots. The timestamp is going to be in the description box. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like it if you did and subscribe for more renovation. And I'll see you guys in another one. Bye!